I did think about that when I was rewatching last week's. I was like, oh man, we're just like not even not even acting like we're on a live show.
I know. Looks like we're good though.
Are we good?
We're good.
Are we
Yep.
good? Let's see
Nobody's in yet,
if
but
my YouTube got the live bell. Oh, it's showing under the blue ocean. Oh no, sorry. Never mind. Hang on. That's just because that's the most recent upload and it gives the red ring around the account. Perfect. I think we are good to go. I'll keep an eye on the chat.
yeah. So
Live
what's
stream
new?
chat.
What's new?
What's
What's the
new?
weather like?
It's we got like some hints of what we would call our winter. We had like a day and a half of rain, and not even that. It was like 20 minutes of rain over 2 days. Um, so it's been like low to mid 60s, and it's already trending back up. So I think we're already looking at spring here in Phoenix, and I'm dreading summer's return because
Oh, really? I can't
that's
wait
the
for
misery.
summer.
Well, yeah, of course. You live in Indianapolis. When I lived in Seattle, we couldn't wait for summer either. But here, you dread summer. It's our winter, basically. Everybody goes into hiding. You don't see your friends around the neighborhood. Everybody's just trying not to die. And
What months is that? Like, is that how long is it?
man, when we moved here, we thought it was going to be like 3 months. We thought we were trading like for 9 good months, but it's more like five. I would say it's like May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, like mid May to somewhere in like early October, usually it starts warming up. And then the snowbirds start disappearing, and the daily walkers dry up. My office, like, there's a window right here. I can see all the walkers on the street, and you stop seeing them. And
Gotcha.
the gym never dips below like 104. Like, it's like
Yeah,
just
that's
stays hot.
intense.
Yeah, pretty intense. What's new with you?
Not much. Not much. Just I'm looking forward to some warmer weather. We got teased for like a day where it got to like 50. Um, but
That was
yeah,
your
just
warmer weather, 50.
right now it is like 31.
Oh, yeah, that's
31.
cold.
Yeah, it's cold.
That's
Fellow
super cold.
schoolmates. Just finalizing details for a lot of home gym con stuff right now.
I was just gonna
So
say, it seems like we've had a couple of new uh, vendors sign up in the last, I don't know, week maybe since we last talked. What's
yeah.
is this
S-
because you've been actively pursuing some of these guys, or are they reaching out to you?
No, right now it's pretty much just people reaching out to me.
Okay.
Um, I do, I do send a lot of sales emails, like a lot of sales emails. But the people that have signed up have been kind of random, new companies.
Yeah.
But usually there's like this period from like November until like now where
Hmm.
nobody signs up. And maybe the last like 45 days we got like maybe 10 companies. But a lot of it will be like these next few months, and then that's it. But there's a good amount that do sign up at the last minute. Well, as far as like 30 days before, 60 days before. So
Yeah. Yeah. Did 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 you ever reveal who those two secret companies were from? No.
they're not released as companies yet.
Okay.
Um, One of them did drop down from 800 to 400 square feet because they weren't quite ready.
All right.
But yeah, I have no idea what products they are.
You don't even know.
I don't even know. No.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe I missed it because it was like, we made a big deal of it on a couple of podcasts, like, who are these secret companies? And then I'm realizing, like, man, now it's like overhyped and forgotten almost.
I
But
know.
okay.
It's almost like it kind of shows you how long it takes to release a product. You know,
Yeah.
like because
Well,
this
four
was
and a
like
half
8 months
years,
ago.
according
Yes.
to our guy from last week.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, okay. Well, let's see. So I know we're getting close. We're like 4 months ish out. Plane flights, like when you look on Google Flights to book from Phoenix to Louisville, it says prices are currently high. I'm like, oh
Mm,
man, well, that's not when I want to book, but I also don't want to wait. And then you and I were chatting a little bit about this, about when would be good to come in that week. And you said as early as Tuesday. And I thought, oh, that sounds great. My wife would hate me for ditching her for 5 nights, but it would be
hmm.
cool to maybe do like behind the scenes content, like just start capturing it as it transpires. Um,
Well, that's part of the goal this year to get more people there early so that they
okay.
can because there's going to be a lot more people who are considering at the last minute. They're like, ah, do I make the drive up this weekend or not? So like the more
Oh,
people that can build it up that week, the better.
yeah, yeah,
Also, it's just more fun. Like you don't feel as like time crunched. You get a few
no,
days and you're like, oh, I don't have to get to it right away. So, and plus people need help. Companies need help.
yeah, that's true. I'm thinking probably like Tuesday might be tough, but Wednesday I'm hoping to get out there. Um, but that would be cool. Yeah, that would be awesome if some of the content me or somebody else drops in those um, like setting up days encourages a few more people to trickle in.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. Yeah, I'm
Um,
excited. It's coming. I can't believe yeah, it's just anyway, we talk about it all the time. I can't believe it's here again already. Time flies.
136 days away.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. 4 months, it's gonna
Um,
be here in no time. And that's in
yeah.
June too. So I will be happy to be getting out of Phoenix. We were just talking about how hot it gets here. Like that's the time to get out of town. Um,
Yeah.
if you live in the Phoenix area. It's like go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Well,
are we can get going, but we have way less people than we usually have.
I think
Um,
maybe it's because you didn't have the going live.
I
So,
know. I just posted it on a story for
okay.
Instagram.
Okay. Um,
But yeah, like way less people. If you're there, tell us you're here.
we appreciate you guys being here. What did you think of, so this is relevant and we're a live show. What'd you do for the Super Bowl?
I just watched it with
I
I had
just
my
watched.
two girls.
Yeah.
And I just pretty much watched it by myself because I have a 9-year-old and a 3-year-old. And my 9-year-old went to bed, pretty early on, with the different time zones.
Oh,
Uh,
right. That's super late for you guys.
I mean, it starts at 6:30, but she wasn't incredibly interested, other than like knowing that Taylor Swift was there. But it was
Oh my gosh.
boring. Like that game was
It
just
was a boring
boring.
Super Bowl.
I was
Yeah.
kind of rooting for the Chiefs for a three-peat, but
Oh, were you? Okay.
yeah. What about you? What did you do?
I was not. Um, I was rooting for the Eagles, and I guess that's because I'm one of those Chiefs haters.
Mm,
Yeah, I'm just tired of it. I think that the NFL and just like the media in general with like the Kelsey and Taylor Swift thing, it's just they've just like tried to force it down our throat type of thing, and I'm resisting that. Uh, Yeah, so what did we do? We hosted. We had just a couple of friends come over, and then weather's perfect here. So we set up a TV on our in our backyard, and we got the fire pit going. So I had like a fire pit with a bunch of good food and drinks, and just watched it outside and had a good time. Yeah, but like you said, it was kind of boring. Like if anything, I would have liked. I still wanted the Eagles to win, but I would have liked like a better game, like
yes.
something way more exciting, where the Chiefs are driving like they always are. in the final 4 minutes, and somehow the Eagles still pulled it out. That would have been a little bit more entertaining. But another cool thing was, so I'm a Laker fan, grew up in Los Angeles.
Oh, yes.
Luca made his
What do you
big
think of
debut last
that?
night. Oh my gosh, dude! Like I haven't said anything about it on social, but like that was just the amazing trade for the Los Angeles Lakers. Like secures our legacy for the next 10 years. I mean, just perfect. It's perfect. He's great for the fan base. I mean, the Lakers are a global team, but especially in LA, highly diverse city. So him being from Europe and everything, like he's gonna sell so much merchandise. The city's gonna love him. Like Los Angeles loves their Lakers. Like it is. We are. I mean, man,
He's
very
fun.
exciting.
He's fun to watch too.
So
I
much
mean, he
fun.
just throws it up, and I don't know. He doesn't move like super fast, but for whatever reason, he can
He's
get
in
any
slow
shot.
motion.
It's yeah, he's cool to watch. Yeah, that I forgot you were a Laker fan. That
Yeah,
is an interesting trade.
yeah. I
Steal. Feels like a steal.
I was awake when the news dropped, and I thought for sure that it
Yes.
was something. Like I'm like something's wrong here. This is a hack. Somebody got hacked. This is their what's the date? Like is it April Fool's Day? Um, but such a great trade for us. I'm pumped. And I mean, it got me watching a Laker game because being here in Phoenix, we don't. It's not easy to get their games. You have to like they do a lot of nationally televised games, but you have to be in the LA market or pay for like League
Yeah.
Pass or something to get most of the games. But it got me watching again. So yeah, I'm trying
Let's
to
see.
post that we're live too.
Yeah,
But
we got a comment. Hello, I'm here. Just decided to order a Vulture One. Have you guys
jealous.
tried it? I'm super excited. Just trying to figure out which mounts I want to get. I don't think either of us have used one.
We have not used one, but I have gone as far as to like do the same thing, which was to try and figure out like what mounts I would want if uh if I was to get one, but I couldn't. I feel like there was going to be multiple mounts. Like I was going to have a couple of those like permanent mounts, and then I'd want one or two of the uh the adjustable ones. I like this comment that I'm seeing by Jason because I've seen this stuff.
I've seen that too.
The trade was manipulated by Dallas ownership who wants to move the team to Vegas so he can put it. So I think it's a couple, a married couple, can put in a casino. Yeah, this is. I think it's true. I mean, it's there's been multiple like investigative reports on it. They want to basically tank the team to because right now the NBA is vetoing their move to Vegas because Dallas is such a huge market and the Mavericks are a great team and the market loves them and they're trying to make themselves suck so it's easier to move essentially, which is a terrible thing for Dallas. And that's just business, unfortunately.
That is sad, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm sure most people aren't here for the NBA talk, but
Mm,
there's
you
some
know,
free NBA talk there for you guys.
yeah, no charge.
Let's
No charge.
let's no charge for that. Let's yeah, just real quick, use code live to save on home gym con tickets. It's coming up. Coming up. Let's get into some comments from last week. So,
Hmm.
or not last week, the last few weeks actually, because last week we were kind of tight. Grabbed a few. One of the comments, or one of the our in our initial explanation of the bells of steel hip thrust, we said that the limit was 440, but I think that's because it was on the website
Yeah.
as 440. I don't think we misquoted that. There were some people who said that's a light amount. I think Rory even said it was a pathetic amount. Bells of Steel did comment and say that the max capacity of the new hip thrust machine is 600 pounds. So a little bit more than originally reported. Temple of Gains is, I think, slowly but surely getting out. The word about Temple of Gains is starting to spread.
Yeah.
Gold Bar PR said the Temple of Gains booth at Home Gym Con is what they are most excited for. Just to give you a little bit of sneak peek, Yanni has pretty much has hyped up his booth to me,
Oh,
kind of
really?
behind the scene. Yes, he has new products that he wants to release, and yeah, I think it should be a good booth, a good size booth. It's 600 square feet of strength equipment machines. Um, so I'm also very excited for that. Kurt Locker, in regards to the Takeover Strength launch, he is sad to see the end of Kabuki, but still enjoys the content that folks like Chris Duffin are making. And he is optimistic on Takeover Strength, it sounds like.
All right.
Yeah. Um, RF95 N9S. I wish there were comparisons between the Vulture One and Mayak Go available. I'm considering purchasing one of these. I'd love to go Mayak Go instead of a two Mayak Goes, I think,
Hmm.
instead of a single Vultra. Um, so I think that's kind of a really common comment I've seen where people just want to see more comparisons of the Vultra and the Mayak Go, and which tells me that a lot of people really are considering these types of products.
Hmm. Yeah, I think, man, I think obviously a comparison would be great. Um, and honestly, I think maybe Joe Gray over at Gray Matter Lifting might be best suited to do that right now because he's had a couple of different variations of this type of unit come through his gym. He's had the Vultra for 2 years, I think, and he's preparing like a 2 year review. But from at face value, like what I've seen so far, I don't know if any of these others have like are as complete as what I'm seeing from the Vultra with the touchscreen, the different settings, they do like quarterly, if not more frequently, like firmware updates, adding more features and things like that. And I don't have details on this, but I think that they're pretty well um, supported financially. And I think that I mean, if I'm just, again, I'm not poo pooing on anybody else, but from my perspective, it seems like Vultra at this point in time has legs. Um, yeah.
I have heard that as well. I think they've
Okay.
got a big backing, but I mean it's just rumor, so I don't have any sort of confirmation on that. But
Yeah.
it sounds like they're a bigger company,
Yeah. It
right?
does. It
Yes.
does. Yeah.
Yeah.
So who knows? But I would love to see it too. But honestly, if money was no object, I would have already bought two of those things, like for sure. But
Yeah.
that would be expensive. What else we got?
Let's see, Rory. So we talked about the shoulder boulder from Bells of Steel.
Right?
I just wanted to shout out that Rory said that he was in production creating one with, I think, with Vendetta. So they're
Makes
working on
sense.
a shoulder boulder. I just
Competitor.
imagine that they're going to be totally different products. Like the Bells of Steel one is under $300. I imagine the one that Rory's working on with like the megalith leth handles is like not even in the same league. So I think it's two completely different customers. Looking forward to seeing what they have though. If Rory is able to get it done in time for home Gym Con, like he mentioned, that I think that would be
Oh,
a really cool one
is that what he's
to.
shooting for?
I've heard that's what he's shooting for, but that seems like um, a tough, turnaround in time.
Yeah, maybe you never know. I actually have a lot of hope and belief in Rory's product. I've seen nothing. I haven't even talked to him about it, but I do know that he was tinkering and trying to hack together kind of his own versions of that in his home gym. Um, and it's a movement that he likes a lot and it's going to complement his signature product. So I think that he has the potential to kind of to bring the like the flagship um, rack mounted lat raise to market. And I don't think it's going to be $300 either. I think it'll sit somewhere around the $500 to $600 mark, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But I think it has a lot of potential, and I don't know anything about it. That's just based off of the guy.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
All right. Did you see Andy PL put 100% Vulture got the funds?
I mean, I feel like Andy is like
Andy, if you could elaborate.
generationally wealthy because that guy brings in a lot of nice products. He doesn't cover these products on his YouTube channel, but he's even got like Strive pieces. He's got machines and stuff in his basement. He gets nice stuff. That guy's
Yes.
killing it. Um,
But yeah, Andy, if you have any sort of insights into that,
yeah.
would be great to hear.
Well, he was saying Andy was saying last week that he had pre-ordered the Mayak. Is that am I saying that right? The Mac.
I don't know. Yeah,
But
well, I think you're saying that, but I don't remember Andy saying that.
he did say that. He's one of the pre-orders and now he's saying 100% Vultra got the funds.
Oh
Maybe
no,
he's
I think he's saying Voltra has funding
oh, got
behind
the
it. Like
funding. Got the
got the
funding.
funding,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Not like, man, look at me, I got the money.
Canceled my Mayak Go pre-order. Just got a bonus at work. Going all in on the Vultra.
And then in regards to or your interview with Lindsay from Garage Gym Reviews Everything, Joey said, great interview with Lindsay. Very interesting to hear her review process and thoughts on programming. I hope she and GGR crew make it to HGC. I think they'll have a blast. That was a really good interview, by the
Thanks.
way.
She made it really easy.
She made it easy, and so a little bit of background for anybody who follows Garage Gym Radio, but I typically, so basically Mike and Kyle, they do all their editing, they publish it, or they add like their own thumbnail and just basically send it to me, and I usually don't even listen to it. um, and I just post it. And I mean, even with like the PRX stuff, I never even listened to it. I just
Right.
posted it, and I was just curious about this one. And I think I fast forward and I listened to like the raw footage, and like the way you brought up home gym con. I was like closing my eyes, like I can't believe you did
Did it
that.
get uncomfortable? Did your armpits get sweaty?
I feel like I started to blush. Yeah, it was definitely, I was like, oh no, he's gonna, because I think you asked it and it like another question got brought up or something like
Yeah,
that.
I wasn't
And
gonna
then
let it go. I
and
wasn't
then
gonna
you
let it go.
re-brought it up.
Yeah. Yeah. She was an easy interview. She was a natural. A lot sometimes when we do these interviews, there's a good amount of editing that might go into them just to keep things flowing and to eliminate any stuttering and us trying to get our bearing. But she made it really easy. And I got to say and give a shout out to Tommy and Tanner over at Massonomics, but they had interviewed Coop. I think they were like the first Coop interview after the Jim Crafter
Yeah.
Coop
Yes. Okay. I
thing.
remember that. Yes.
And Tommy and Tanner are way funnier than I'll ever be. And while they were talking to Coop, they called out that they had sent a couple of Pillar 4 representatives and they called them like, "Oh, was that Pillars 1 and Pillar number 2?" Like, and they made it hilarious. The whole segment was just classic Tommy and Tanner being themselves and funny. So that was kind of a callback to them when I said you guys sent a couple pillars undercover last year.
Gotcha.
Got to give credit where credit is due. I jumped on the back of their already better joke,
Yeah.
but I'm glad you liked the interview. It seemed to perform pretty well. People seemed to like it. You got a lot of
Everyone's always curious to hear about garage gym reviews.
yeah.
So
Yeah, and she didn't hold anything back. For those, like, she didn't tell us there was nothing we couldn't talk about. She didn't say, "Oh, we can't bring this up. Don't mention this. Don't ask about that." It was all go. So,
yeah, that was a good one. All right, let's move on. All right, so this one can be a quick, but here's the first product highlight. So looks like Rep and BeltFed partnered on some USA leather straps and leather accessory straps. So props for this partnership, and
Mm,
congratulations to the Yarbers from Belt Fed Strength. That's got to be helpful in
yeah,
many different ways.
yeah.
Um,
Chris and Randy, the Yarbers, a couple of my favorite people, home Gym Con legends. Um, I haven't tried their wrist straps, but I do know like last year, weren't they offering custom ones? Like if you bought them at their booth last year, they would do like a personalization or customization like right there. I think Randy was like etching them in
I
on the
don't
showroom
know
floor.
exactly what they were
They
doing,
were. That's what they were doing. I'm just gonna say it. I'm pretty sure that's what they were
but
doing.
they do special things for Home Gym Con, for sure, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. I haven't tried their wrist straps, but I'd be curious. I'm pretty finicky about my straps. I want them to be super comfortable, have some grip. So I'm curious how these feel, but I have full faith in them that they're awesome. I own a few of their products, and they're all top of the line. I think they make great stuff.
Definitely. Yeah, I have the regular, the handle, the regular, what do you call it? Accessory handle.
The single,
No, it's a double, but it's not the long one.
not the long one. Gotcha. Yeah, I
Yeah,
have a couple of the singles, and I like them. They're
yeah,
like the perfect uh, accessory for certain movements. I like them a lot.
yeah. I also use their wallet. I have their wallet.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I got a wallet from them last year, but I gave it to my daughter. She loves it. All right,
nice.
this one's interesting.
All
The
right.
Dane 2.0. If we've had any controversy in drama in the last week, it would be this. Not by I wouldn't call it drama, but if there's anything that's caused a minor stir, it would be seems to be the fringe sports stuff happening. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So, yeah, before we hopped on, we were actually like, it's been a pretty slow week. It's kind of tough to put these together when
Yeah.
it's a slow week. um, so that's why we were probably talking about the NBA before. But all right. So, Dane 2 is coming out soon. And we haven't talked about the controversy, but it seems like the controversy would be that they're coming out with a 2.0 so quickly,
Yeah.
right? So a few things that they are updating on the 2.0. So the top plate starts at 5 pound and includes a hole for the pen. This is opposed to the top plate starting at 10 pounds, which can be a heavy weight, starting weight for certain movements. They've also upgraded aluminum accessories with Warhawk red accents, so a little flare for things like the spotter arms and uh, the aluminum pulleys. Little extra there. A new compact weight stack design allows for longer cable travel. A stainless steel front uprights that are highly resistant to rust as opposed to just the clear coat uprights and the 1.0. A larger diameter pulley for smoother tracking as opposed to standard size pulleys. So yeah, I mean, nothing too crazy, but some minor upgrades.
Let me
Um,
ask you a question. If you were if you were Peter Keller, if you were the running fringe sports and you were releasing all of these upgrades that you just read through, would you brand it as a 2.0?
mm, yeah, yeah, I think so.
Okay. I
Would you
wouldn't.
not?
No.
You'd call it something else?
I would just I wouldn't yeah, I would just keep it as the Dane. Or Dane. I don't know if they have the in there. I think that I mean, look, Peter Keller is not one to ever uh, shine away from controversy or, recording a 10-minute long video explaining the reasoning for things. But I think that these are positive upgrades and updates to the machine. But I think that I would have just made it the Dane. Like I don't think that these are significant enough to call it a 2.0. Like if you're in software, I would call this like a 1.1 or a 1.2. I would, two going a full version is usually a significant change. Like they went to 2-to-1 ratio, or allowed it to get more compact, or added a true lap pull down. I don't know, something really significant. So to me, I would have just released this and just started shipping them that way and changed the marketing on them, just like, or like on the website, just like added the changes and just kept shipping. Personally, that's how I would have gone about it. I think these are all positive updates. I just don't think I would have branded it a 2.0. What does the chat think? I'm curious what other people think. But
Yeah, what do you guys think? I don't know. I feel like I think you almost have to, because of like warranties and things like that, because they're slightly different, especially like the weight stack.
mhm.
Just the way like you have to replace products, things like that. If like something does go bad, I don't know. I do agree with you. None of these changes are like significantly better, or
Mhm.
like it is better, but it's not like it's not going to change the uh, I don't know. I don't think I'd be too upset if I was a 1.0 purchaser. It's not like they reinvented the wheel here. They just made some slight upgrades.
See, I would be. I
You
would be
would be.
upset. Yeah. I mean, it's better. It's especially the weight stacks being more compact. The 5 pound top plate is an improvement. I think maybe even that influences some of the reasons I'm saying I wouldn't brand it a 2.0, because then you are, I mean, you see it in any bit of content that they've released so far. The question is, oh, if I'm a Dane 1.0 owner, are you gonna make it easy for me to do this? And Rep had to deal with this too when they released the Aries 2.0. But at least there was like a few years between between those ones.
Yeah, but we also don't know the price difference. You know, I'm
On the
guessing they're
Dane
going to have to
2.0.
raise the price. Yes.
Oh, you could be right. I mean, they already are. That was another bit of controversy.
Yeah.
Controversy is like the wrong word, but they're raising the price on the Mammoth Belt Squat, um, and people already talking about that.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I saw that. You know, that the Mammoth Belt Squat must be a pretty big deal if like that's the product that they showcase as like an example of price going up. You know,
they've
there
sold a
must be
lot of them.
yeah, there must be like the interest in that product must be really high if
Yeah,
that is the one they're like, just so you know, on products like the Mammoth Belt Squat, they're going up like 25%.
yeah, and I think Peter released like a really great video talking about tariffs and just the price increases that we can expect to see in home gym equipment. And I think he did a really good job, especially talking about that. It goes it's going to impact everybody, not just importers, because even made in USA brand, companies calling themselves made in USA, they're still using imported products, whether it's small bolts or pulleys or things like that. We're going to see prices go up all the way around, and it's going to suck. And most of the time, they don't come back down.
Right.
So,
That's the thing. You're like cars haven't gone down,
no,
right?
no.
Right.
So, yeah, if there's something you want to buy it.
So we have had a little bit of a later crowd join. We had some issues with the links, um, and getting them like prepped for people to join. So we're seeing more people come in later. You know, if anybody like listens to a bunch of live shows, it would be great to know how they market it and how they remind people that the live shows are coming. Maybe it just takes like more than 4 weeks to get on people's radar,
There
but
you go. Yeah.
yeah, it'd be good if anybody has any tips, send them our way. All right, next up, new from Bells of Steel. So this I just kind of screenshotted these real quick, and is just an example of how like Bells of Steel has random things new to their website basically every week. So heavy bag set, utility arm, and a competition curl bar. So this is approved by the 100% Raw Federation. Have you ever seen a strict curl competition?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're
Hmm.
kind of cool.
They are really cool. You know why I've seen them is because of CT Fletcher.
Oh yeah, right.
Because I was, he when he bounced, he like blew up on the scene, and he held like the world record for a while and would show all these old highlights of those competitions. But yeah, they are pretty cool. The angles on this curl bar are looking pretty aggressive.
Yeah, I mean I think that's what the like Federation curl bars are though. I think that's
Okay.
what they're like. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think it's a standard curl bar. I don't. If anyone knows the difference, let us know. But yeah, the angles are definitely the loops are definitely larger.
Okay.
Yeah.
In response to your question, Eric said that the Papa Swolio daily live stream, you can sign up for a text alert and it sends a text every time he goes live.
Yeah. I'd also be curious to hear like how are you listening? Are you like at work, you have this on your like other monitor? Do you have it on your phone? Did you swipe up from Instagram? So I'd be curious to hear like how are you listening? Because that would help us, do this information as well.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Eric. And then for the heavy bag set, I don't know, like that's cool. Have you ever have you ever set up a heavy bag on a rack like that on one of those trawlers?
No, but
Man,
you would have to bolt it down for sure, or have like a bunch of weight already on it, or else it would most definitely be a little sketchy, I would think.
I mean, even bolted down, I wonder if you'd be rattling the bolts loose a little bit because, I've got my rack is anchored down by like over 900 pounds of plates, probably over 1,000 pounds because I've got kettlebells on there and stuff too. And when I rack a light barbell, the whole thing, still,
Yes.
woo, 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 woo. So if you're sitting there punching and kicking a heavy bag, I feel like my change plates would just rattle right off the pins and
Yeah,
stuff.
so I that happened to me when I had the bulletproof isolator set up. You'd be doing the leg
Oh,
curls, leg
really?
extensions, and yeah, all of a sudden, bang. Um, yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be like one set and that would happen. It would be like 20 sets where you forgot to adjust it or something like that. But still, yeah, there's rattle, and then if you don't have them um, properly set up, then they can definitely come up and bang hit the floor.
Okay. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
imagine this even more.
Yeah, I could see it. People are giving us some answers to your question about how they consume content, and I
Oh
think Joey reminds me of like, so I'm pretty anti phone notifications, so I don't allow many apps like Instagram, none of those push notifications through on my device. But I think I'm in the minority. A lot of people do, and so that's a good point. If we're going live, they have opportunity. If they've hit the bell for alerts for Garage Gym Radio, they'll see that we're going live. So that maybe that should impact the way that we because we did approach it a little bit differently today. That we were going
yes,
live. You didn't set up the live for any time
correct.
before. We just went live.
Yeah,
So that's good information.
and then YouTube is my main platform I see on the homepage. So I'm with you. Like I don't set up notifications, but I would say like the last year, I have slowly transformed more and more time onto YouTube.
Oh
And
yeah.
um I mean the only thing I watch other than YouTube is sports. Pretty much. Like there's not really anything else other than like if I'm watching like a show from Netflix or Max or whatever.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't ever have like cable on or live TV.
My family, so similar to alerts, I'm pretty anti subscriptions as well. So when it comes to like Netflix or HBO Max or any of those, None of those will I just keep evergreen. I will sign up if there's a show I want to watch, and then I'll cancel after a month or two once I've concluded the show. But YouTube Premium, my family has had consistently for probably the last like several years because no ads, background play, downloads for when we travel and stuff like that. We consume a ton of YouTube. Like right now, I probably have like 12 tabs open of YouTube videos that I want to watch at some point. So yeah, I consume a ton of YouTube.
YouTube Premium is absolutely worth it.
I don't understand why people resist it. It's like,
It's so much better.
yeah, the amount of ads that you have to deal with without it makes for me makes it unwatchable.
I know.
Um, you
Yeah,
can
I
use
know.
ad blockers and stuff like that on a laptop or on a desktop, but on your phone, maybe with Android you can do an ad blocker, but I'm on iPhone and you can't get away from it. So you have to have premium. And yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's the way to go.
definitely worth it.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, we can skip through this one pretty quickly. Rogue honeycomb bumper plates. So these are designed to be quieter.
They
I
look
think
cool. I
they.
like the look
I
of
don't know.
them.
What do you like them? I don't.
I
They're
mean,
kind
they
of
look
strange.
yeah, they're strange. They look like they're what are those smaller plates that they have that are for like their dumbbell handles? What do they
The
call
Rogue
those things?
loadable dumbbells,
Yeah,
loadable dumbbell plates, or something like that.
those. It looks like one of those, and then they like it grew roots and and like blossomed into something else. But they're cool looking. Yeah, it's cool. Like not anything I'd be after buying, but
Yeah,
yeah.
same.
I've got a small set of bumper plates for the rare time I might use them, but I almost never do.
Yeah. And then,
Those are
you
gonna
know,
collect chalk real
I
good.
might need to
That's
pull
good.
this up on the website, but these are cool.
Yeah.
Cerakote dumbbells from Ironbull Strength. So I think these have been out a little bit, but I kind of wanted to highlight them. You can change the handles, the um, head color, and then the like plates. Let me pull them up real quick.
Okay. I didn't real so does that mean that the whole thing is iron, including the heads, and then they Cerakote them based off the color that you want? That makes more sense because I
Let
was
me just
thinking that
pull it
that was
up.
like colored urethane, and I thought, how are they gonna pull this off?
I don't know. I don't know exactly.
Joey says it's really hard to block YouTube ads. Yes, unless you just pay the $20 a month for YouTube Premium. Fun
Is it
fact, if
20?
you pay for YouTube Premium, you also get YouTube Music, which is not, the upper echelon of music streaming apps, but it is a good value.
All right. So Cerakote dumbbells. And I think this is a good idea for attachments too, if somebody can pull this out. But you see, you can
Mm.
like change the handle color, you can change the dumbbell heads, and then the plates even, and then
Is
the
The
outer
Rock
plates.
an investor in this company?
Iron Bull Strength. So they are they're out of Canada,
Okay.
and they've been known for like belts and straps and stuff like that. And I don't know the entire story, but they decided to start doing dumbbells and racks and I think barbells. But these are the only Cerakote dumbbells I know of, and I think these are like super cool. I actually didn't even check the price, but I imagine they're really expensive. All right, yes, they are very expensive.
Yeah.
Um,
Now you got to deal with tariffs. But
yes.
yeah,
Well, it says
bring
free
them into.
U.S. domestic shipping over 150, so I imagine that's baked into the price.
Tariffs or
Um,
not, that comes later. So
oh,
have you ever ordered like so I had that when I bought from Oak Club. You pay their shipping or whatever, and then when for me it was UPS, when before they'll deliver, you have to pay your tariffs to UPS and
okay.
then they'll
So
deliver.
I have seen that on like the garage gym reviews. Facebook page where people are like, "What is this normal?" Now I have to
Yep.
pay additional. So that's never happened to me. But that's
It's
not
because
fun.
that's because these manufacturers send you stuff complimentary. Like, oh, we'll take care of all that stuff, Jake. Don't worry. You just talk about our cool products. I agree with Andy. I wish you could change the logo. Um, I'm pretty finicky about my logos.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm sure they could if they really want it. If you really wanted to.
Yeah, probably. Probably. Yes. Interesting idea though, I think. Cerakote holds up pretty well too. I mean, I don't know dropping and clanging and banging your dumbbells. It should be all right, right?
You would think.
I think
You'd
so.
think. Yeah.
Um,
That
we
I
were,
mean, that's all we got. Anybody have some Q&A or anything for us
yeah,
while
throw
we're
those out
here?
at us. Um, you should be exempt if it's under $800, but that might go away. Gosh, I don't think I ordered over $800 from Oak Club. I'm curious. It's an interesting comment from Joey. I don't know.
So I think that just went away. I think that so that's like the Timu um route as well. Like if you
Yes. Oh, that's
order,
from China though, not Canada, isn't it?
yeah,
They're
I don't
different.
know the country difference, but I believe that is part of the I was discussing that with somebody, and I think that's going away as well with the new tariffs. So there's no more loophole. So it should make it more difficult to order from like Timu. But I don't really know. That was
Well,
just
I correct myself. I did spend over $800 at Oak Club, so maybe that's why I got hit with tariffs. The
hmm.
minimus exemption, according to knows all the things Joey. It's called the de minimis exemption. Huh.
And
I
then
think so that yeah,
Andy
that's
said there's a 25% steel and aluminum tariff in effect.
hmm. Yeah, I wish I had some. I mean, I guess it's probably a good thing that I don't have anything that I want to buy because I would be feeling pressured into just pulling the trigger on it right now because I just think that we're going to see prices continue to go up. So,
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if there is a rise in like American gym equipment. There really isn't, there hasn't been too many new made in America companies in the last few years pop up. If you, I mean, like if you remember, like 2017 through 2020, I mean, maybe earlier than that, but you had like Surplus Strength pop up. You had Bridge Built, Micro Gains, JD Gym Equipped. I'm surprised there hasn't been any companies like JD Gym Equipped pop up.
I mean, I feel like we've seen some boutique ones. Like I would call JD Gym Equipped boutique, um, but nothing super big. I would say out of the ones you just listed, Micro Gains is probably the biggest, just in terms of volume. He's got a really niche product.
Ooh, I think Bridge Built might be a little bigger than you know. I think they do a lot of like facilities.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're probably right. I want to. Lucas asks, since Kabuki is gone, what is the best power bar for a Kabuki type knurl? No, it would not be the Rogue Aggro. So the Rogue Aggro, if you get really nerdy on your bar specs, you get into TPI with it, which is like teeth per inch. So how many like peaks per inch? And the Rogue Aggro, I have one, is about 16 TPI. So it's like a chunkier bite. And if I never used a Kabuki power bar, but from what I've seen on the Discord, it's a denser pattern. I think somewhere around like 20 TPI. And to my knowledge, Lucas, the closest thing off the shelf right now is the American Barbell Chewy Bar. Um, which is a great bar. I've used it. I almost bought one last week. A buddy of mine locally is giving up the ghost on a garage gym life and going back to a commercial gym, and he's got a chewy bar that he offered me at a really good deal. And I said no because I wasn't confident I could sell enough stuff to justify the cost. But anyway, Lucas, take a look at the American Barbell Chewy Bar. I think that's going to be as close as you can get that I know of. There might be others. Um, yeah, and Joey's confirming the special edition Chewy Bar has the Kabuki style knurling, but you have to buy them used at this point. Do you? Is that because it's the 20 Mountain? Now we're getting really nerdy. Um, Eric is saying, look at this. Lucas is crowdsourcing information here. My double diamond I measured is 21 TPI. That could be accurate. I remember that being a more of a sandpapery type of knurling when I tried it at home gym con.
Can you say what TPI is again?
Pretty sure it's teeth per inch. So basically, like you take like a fabric measuring tape and lay it over the barbell, and then you have within a 1 inch distance, you're counting like how many little peaks are
Gotcha.
in that. Yeah, it's what you get for hanging out on the home gym Discord for
That's intense.
too
Yeah.
long. Yeah. But for me, what I've discovered is I do like a chunkier knurl. So like I like my Rogue Aggro. I liked the basic Rogue Ohio Power Bar. It's a chunkier. It bites more. It's almost painful, whereas the higher density gets more sandpapery. So it's grippy without being painful. And I remember that's kind of what the Kabuki was known for. Oh, that's good. The 25 TPI Chewy was meant to be the Kabuki clone, so maybe even a denser pattern. And, okay, so maybe that's because I think right now, American Barbell, if you're just buying retail off the website, I think it is 20 TPI. So it's not as dense as like a 25. And the 25 was maybe a limited run. Yeah, I mean, I could talk about barbell knurling for too long. That's why I like the live show, Jake. We're supposed to get
Yeah,
nerdy about gym
yeah, that
equipment.
is nerdy. You're even like, I have no idea what you're saying, really.
Oh man,
Yeah, I've never like gone that deep into the barbell knurling.
I've amassed a bunch of, I wouldn't call it useless knowledge, but a lot of knowledge around gym equipment in the last 5 years or so.
Well, what else you got? What else you got? What else is useless?
Oh man,
So,
I
what's
mean,
your favorite though? What's your favorite? You mentioned. I mean, I've always loved the Rogue Ohio Power Bar one.
yeah, I've had a lot of different power bars come through my gym, and for me, I bought a Rogue grab bag aggro bar. So I don't know, it was over a year ago, like 2 years ago. Rogue dropped a grab bag aggro, and you weren't what wound up being sent out were a bunch of bars that they didn't meet specs on what they defined as their aggro 2 and their aggro 3, and they fell somewhere in between, either a little duller than the aggro 2 or a little sharper than the aggro 2 but not quite as sharp as the aggro 3. This is where all of us were like pulling out our measuring tapes and doing close-up shots on our knurling to try and figure out what we just bought for $150 for the Rogue grab bag. But I wound up nabbing, we would call it like a Rogue aggro 2.7. Like it's not quite as sharp as a 3, but it's definitely sharper than a 2. And what's really cool is it's fully stainless. Like it doesn't have, if you know the Rogue Aggro, it's got that black Cerakote with their weird like monster face on it. Mine doesn't. It's fully
Mm.
stainless, no Cerakote, and that's like my favorite bar. It's got a lot of bite. I use it all the time. Um, so
Stainless steel. Yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
fully
I
stainless.
I
Rogue
know
Ohio.
Gluck always says that's like his favorite bar.
The Aggro bar,
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
like it. Like I like to feel the knurl in my hands, and then yeah, I'm trying to sell. Like I have a Gymway power bar that I've been trying to sell for months. Haven't gotten a lot of bites on it because nobody knows who Gymway is. Um,
You know, there used to be a lot more barbell reviews than there are today. Now it's all like attachments and rack
Right.
attachments and machines, and it used to be like pretty much just barbells. So I haven't really thought about barbells as much the last few years.
Joey says the best solution is to come to Home Gym Con and try the different knurling options. And that's accurate, actually. That's the only way that you're going to be able to actually, quickly put your hands on all of them, and you'll kind of know what you like what feels good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, it is.
Let's see. Yeah, Andy is this going to let me show this on stream? It's not letting me show it on stream.
I see it.
Interesting.
Whoa, what's going
That's
on?
weird.
Oh, are we having errors with that?
It's not letting you show them on stream either.
Uh-uh.
All right. Well, Andy said, I heard people like the 20M and 20 Volcano Chewy better than the 25 TPI. I've heard the same. My buddy locally has a 20M. And so that's where you get into like the style of knurling, like mountain versus volcano. So mountain is like a true peak, like, as sharp as you can get it. And then volcano is when they slice off the top. Brandon has talked at length about this too, I think, in some of his barbell reviews, which gives it like a volcano feel and gives you more points for grip. And I like volcano knurling. Like a Rogue Ohio Power Bar is a 16 volcano knurling, 16 TPI volcano knurling. Anyway,
Yeah. Looks
yeah,
like they're working now.
yeah.
I don't know why they weren't working, but that's one thing that I did get a lot of feedback on. There weren't only like a few hundred people at that first Home Gym Con, but there were so many people that said, "Oh, I went and bought this after because I saw it there," and it really is the best way to try home gym equipment. Anybody else have anything they want to chat about?
What you guys got?
What you guys got? There was somebody. Maybe we start next week with like showing people how to do YouTube notifications. That might help.
Yeah.
Teach myself that this week.
Maybe you should start being like every other YouTube content creator and reminding people to subscribe and hit the notification bell.
I have never done that.
Good for you. Good for you.
But it's also a smaller YouTube channel than most. So, all right. Well,
cool. Well, this was a short but sweet one.
Short but sweet. Yeah, there wasn't too much groundbreaking information. If anybody has things that they want us to discuss next week, throw them in the comments. If they want to see us interview somebody live, let us know who. We'll reach out, see what we can do. But yeah, sure. I think we can close it.
Cool. Sounds good. Thanks for being here, everybody. Jake.
Thanks, everyone.
Always good to chat, buddy. Talk to you guys again soon.
See you next Tuesday.
Till then.